Now, of all the fucking bullshit that I thought would have happened in 2023, if you would have told me new Gate Guardian support for Yu-Gi-Oh!, I would have laughed at you. I would have said, there's no way. Because this honestly looks like... this looks like something I would see on, like, the custom card art subreddit. You know what I mean? Gate Guardians combined. But it's also a double whammy that this card is actually, kind of crazy. You know, what is up, guys? Drew YGO here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. It's been a while, hadn't it? I've been making a few gaming videos for a class at university. That's kind of why I've been gone so long, not really doing very many Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. I'm not quite sure when this new support came out. I believe it's coming out with the new set, Maze of Memories. So shout out Konami for actually doing it, the Mad Lads. They finally added Gate Guardian support that actually isn't half bad, you know? This is just a deck list I threw together. This is not me saying when these cards come out, this is what your ratios should look like. No, this is just me testing out all the different cards and whatnot. So we're just gonna kind of go through them, you know, and you can feel free to copy this deck list and use it at your leisure. I really don't give a shit. So let's go ahead and get into the first card, Labyrinth Heavy Tank. Level 7 Dark Machine, where you can normal summon it without tributing. And it cannot attack on the turn as normal summon. Whoa! This is a Toon card! During your main phase, you can place one of your Senga, Kazejin, or Suijin that is banished in your hand or deck face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. That will come up later. If you control a Labyrinth Wall card, which I believe there's like, one? So, if you control the Labyrinth Wall card, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls. You can only use this effect of Labyrinth Heavy Tank once per turn. Weirdly, this is like your best normal summon in the deck, and it's a level 7 Dark Machine. But it fetches any of your Gate Guardian pieces from the deck in order to be used for the Contact Fusion. Yeah, you heard that right. Contact Fusion of your boss monster. But we'll talk about that in a second. Next up, we got the Shadow Ghoul of the Labyrinth. I like this one. He's like a cool little ghoul, man. I love ghouls. You can discard this card and add one Labyrinth Wall card from your deck to your hand. At the start of the damage step, if your opponent's monster battles while you control a Labyrinth Wall card, you can banish this card from your graveyard and destroy that opponent's monster. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this is something that you can discard to search out your field spell, making terraforming in this kind of redundant. But at the same time, it's like you're running 4 terraformings. Who wouldn't want to run 4 terraformings, right? Who wouldn't want to play a deck whose entire strategy doesn't revolve around a field spell? I don't know, man. I don't know. So, next up for the new cards, we got Riryoku Guardian. This is like a deep cut. I believe the Paradox brothers used this card, like the original Riryoku, like once in the anime. Or I think in GX, I don't remember. But it says if your life points are lower than your opponent's, target one monster you control with Gate Guardian in its original name. Have your opponent's life points, you heard that right, then take that monster's attack, then that monster's attack, then that monster gains attack equal to your opponent's life points. You can banish this card from your graveyard and add one of your Senga, Kazejin, or Suijin that is banished or in your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Riryoku Guardian once per turn. You'll notice a common theme with these like new Gate Guardian spells that they really love being in the graveyard. Case in point for the next one, if you control a Gate Guardian monster, target one card on the field and destroy it. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one of your Gate Guardian pieces that is banished or in the deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of double attack Wind and Thunder once per turn. This will all make sense. This whole banished business will all make sense once we get into the extra deck monsters. But we're not there yet, so be patient. Here's the field spell, Labyrinth Wall Shadow. Monsters cannot attack the turn they are summoned. Hey, everybody's a Toon monster now. This is a weird printing of Toon Kingdom, except monsters whose original level is 5 or higher. And of course, those are all of your monsters, except for fucking Prisma. I guess. During your main phase, you can place one of your Senga of the Thunder, Kazijin or Suijin that is banished, or in your hand or deck face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can target one monster your opponent controls with 1600 or less attack and destroy it. Oh, sorry, not 1600 or less, exactly less than 1600. That is a very strange attack point value to set your effect to, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not Konami. I don't make the rules. I'm not Hideo Kojima, okay? Next, for the new cards, we have a trap card, Continuous Trap. You can special summon this card as a normal monster who is level 5 and has 2100 attack and 100 defense to your main monster zone in the same column. That's come up a lot. I forgot that was a thing, that it has to be in the same column it's in for some reason. Okay, then you can destroy one monster your opponent controls in this card's column. That'd be pretty funny, setting this and acting like it's an infinite impermanence, and then just comes out, it's just like a giant bug. That would be pretty funny. You should definitely do that at your LGS. Everyone will think you're the coolest, and they'll just let you win the whole tournament right then and there. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Add one of your Senga of the Thunder, Kazijin, or Suijin that is banished or in your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Prey of Jirai Gumo once per turn. That's kind of why we're running the Foolish Burial Goods, is because, like, for some reason, all of these cards do something in the graveyard, except for the field spell, I think. So, I mean, hey, you use them and then you get an additional effect off them. What's not to love? Really, I mean, look, I'm not trying to sound like an absolute hater right now. I do actually really love these cards because, like, I always wanted Gate Guardian to be good because Gate Guardian is a really funny legacy card because of just how bad it is. But not anymore, because let's talk about this. The Gate Guardians combined. It's Senga of the Thunder, Kazijin, and Suijin. The 3 Gate Guardian pieces, obviously. Now, it must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards from your hand, field, and or graveyard. This motherfucker is ABC Dragon Buster. I think, well, okay, I don't know if it's better than ABC Dragon Buster, but it's, like, kind of close. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, quick effect, you can negate that effect, and if you do, destroy it. And you can use its effect of Gate Guardians combined thrice per turn. We're talking thrice, man. Not twice, not once, thrice. If this face-up special summon card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one level 11 or lower Gate Guardian monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Holy mother of God. And it has the wacky attack stat of 3750. I don't know if you can see that on the pickup, but that's pretty funny, right? No, I won't lie. It's pretty good to go into this. I mean, it's a decent boss monster. I won't lie, it is kind of mid that, you know, it needs to specifically be targeting a monster you control and not just like an effect. You know, if this thing had like a Baron de Fleur effect where you can just negate any monster effect thrice, that would actually be crazy. Because this thing is relatively easy to just spit out onto the field, but you lose a lot of card advantage when you do that. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Next up is the Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder. So, each of the pieces has its own kind of contact fusion with the other. So, like, the Thunder and Wind has one, the Thunder and Water has one, the Water and Wind has one. So, this is the Water and Thunder one. And it must be special summoned from the extra deck by banishing the above cards you control. Once per chain, quick effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and change its attack to 0 until the end of the turn. You can only use this effect of Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder twice per turn. I do like, okay, yeah, the thrice is pretty funny, but it is really cool how it's thrice because there's 3 parts to it, and it's twice because there's only 2 on this one. Now, if this special summon card leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one of your banished Suijin or Senga the Thunder. So it does add a little bit of recursion. Like, you can special summon one of the pieces back to the field. Oh, and keep in mind that this says hand, field, and or graveyard. So 2 of the pieces can be in your hand and 1 can be on the field as a continuous trap. So that's pretty good. Then there's the Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind. Must be special summoned, yada yada yada, by banishing the above things. You can add, during your main phase, you can add 1 spell or trap from your deck to your hand that mentions Senga of the Thunder, Kazejin, or Suijin. And you can only use this effect of Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind once per turn. And if it leaves the field, you can special summon the pieces. This, I think, is the second best of the 2-piece contact fusions. Because you do get a search off of it, but this one I feel like is the craziest and is the funniest because it looks like a little Gremlin, right? You can see its like little Gremlin face. Hold on, let's get a little mouse thing on that. Like, you can see its eyes and there's like a little mouth right here. It looks like a little Gremlin, right? It must be special summoned by contact fusing the green and the blue one. And when your opponent activates a spell or trap card or effect on the field, quick effect, you can negate it, and you can use it twice per turn. If this face-up special summon card leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon Kazejin or Suijin. This, I feel like, is the best of the 2-piece. It's not the 3-piece. I mean, this one's just absolutely goated with the sauce. Look at him, man. Come on. But yeah, this one I think is the second best. Like, if you can't go into this one, which most of the time you can if you open up with a decent hand. That's another thing I'll get into in a second. This video is getting pretty long, but you know, this one is really good, I feel like, because you get a twice per turn negate, and then you can go into the thrice per turn negate. The only thing that kind of sucks though about these new cards, and this is when I start getting negative, right? If you thought I was negative before, you hadn't seen nothing yet. I wish that when you had, let's say, this one out on the field, and you draw into a Senga, or you have Senga out on the field as a continuous spell, I wish you could contact them into this. I mean, that would make sense, but that's not how that works, see? Because, you know, if you have this and the light type one, you can't go into this one. It has to specifically be them, you know? And I get that it would be weird if it was like 1 level 7 wind monster, 1 level 7 light monster, 1 level 7 water monster, right? Like, I get that. That would just be word vomit on a card. But to me, it just kind of makes sense that you'd be able to do that. I don't know, man. So my thoughts on these cards. Am I glad that they made Gate Guardian support? Yes. Do I think that's really fucking hilarious that they made Gate Guardian support? Also, yes. These cards are not the best. I mean, these are not gonna steal a tournament away or nothing. These are not gonna be like a rogue deck, I don't feel like. The closest thing I can really see this being is like a control deck, like a really bad control deck. I don't know. I mean, that's why we got the Kashtira Fenrir in here. And like, that's pretty much it. You know, like, you know, we got a few hand traps, and we got Prisma in order to send the pieces to contact fuse, and we got fusion deployment to special summon the pieces out on the field, which that's kind of cool that you can do that now. I mean, the original Gate Guardian should have been a fusion monster. I don't know why it was just an effect monster that like had to be normal summoned too, like on top of like having to normal summon 3 level 7 monsters, each requiring 2 tributes, you know. But you know, it's really awesome, and they are really fun to play, I think. I think I might have a few replays. I'll play them after this in a second. It's just me battling the AI, you know, just because I just want to try out the cards. Yeah, I mean, they're not bad. I mean, it's really cool, right? And I've probably said that many times already, but anyway, that was the video. Gate Guardian support is real, and that's it. Again, feel free to try out the deck list, play around with it yourself, see what you like. Let me know in the comments, how did you build your brand spanking new Gate Guardian deck? Will you be purchasing any boxes of Maze of Memories? And let me know what you guys thought. It's good to be back making Yu-Gi-Oh videos again. I should be back with more now that I'm getting back into the game again. So, this has been Drew YGO. Until next time.